Hi, and welcome back to the Eco Spirit tours, lectures, whatever. If most people were asked the question, are you leading an authentic life? The answer probably would be overwhelmingly, well, yeah, not a problem. But when you look into, if you will, the history and philosophy and stuff of spirituality, the nature of authentic life, and I put a kind of a emphasis on authentic, comes out of the necessity, really, of experiencing, well, reality. And most people probably say, I experience reality all the time. And that's true. But the primary source of wonder is the fact that something exists rather than nothing. Well, think about that. I've had many occasions thinking of just that and experiencing that feeling of this on the earth, which is a speck of dust in the universe. And yet for us, it's everything. And yet, why is it here? Why is anything here? Why is the universe here? That's where you begin to wonder in that sense. Now, wonder arises out of that exact sense of the mystery of being, that question of why is it here, and you wonder about that. When you have that kind of awareness, you're searching for authentic meaning. When you do it, and again, the phrase is in the moment. The notion between subject and object has a tendency to disappear. There's a sense of oneness. Now, a lot of people, look at this and go, okay, sounds good maybe, but what are you talking about? Well, in the sense of everyday awareness of reality, most of us, if not all of us, you're doing whatever you're doing, but you still have thoughts and feelings and images of the past, whatever that means to you, or the images and stuff of what's coming in the future. And so you're not fully in the moment at hand, the present moment, which is the only reality we actually can experience. And one of the things of spirituality is to have an encounter with that present moment, wherever that takes place, where the knower, me or you, and the known, this tree or whatever, become one. It's that intense intimacy. And what was an object or what was a known then becomes a presence. And a presence is to be experienced, not analyzed. There's a difference. Now, non-Western thought and practice has placed wonder as really a central organizational principle for the whole of life. Indigenous peoples throughout history throughout the world have had that experience. Now, you can hear the birds as I speak. I'm feeling the wind. There's even a sense of aroma, I won't say smell, but a scent that comes out of the woods. All of those things, they're sense experiences. We hear them, but we have a tendency to keep them out there. Well, authentic life, coming out of a traditional understanding, says you must engage that in order to experience it, to become intimate with it, to become one with it, that you are that bird singing, you are this tree moving in the wind, you are that scent. In our society, we have a very strong principle of individualism, and not so much anymore of social or communal identity. Traditional authentic understandings is about the moment, the hour, the season. These are the things that tell you what it is. If it's raining, if it's hot and sunny, if it's snowing or flooding or whatever, this tells you how to live. That's authentic. You are going by what is, not what you want it to be. And that's the problem. Western thought and practice has separated all of these things into like aesthetic experience, emotional experience, intellectual experience. And a lot of times they come down to, when you're dealing with spirituality and ecology, it comes down to an ecclesiastical point of view or a political economic point of view, not reality. For traditional peoples, authentic peoples, and I do make a distinction between what I just said and us, the world was home. It wasn't out there. It was actually in here. It was home. The way we feel when we open that front door and go into I have an office. I go into that office. I am there. All my stuff is there. My identity for most people is in that office, but I really feel more out here. And when you have that sense of this is home, there is that sense of intimacy that I don't even have with my office. My office, I don't even dust. There's a feeling of belonging. We don't do that here anymore. We don't belong here, we visit. It's also an attitude of cooperation rather than competition. It's not turning it into a commodity. It understands that this tree is a living thing. It's an entity that, as far as I'm concerned, has consciousness and knows what it's doing in order to be a white pine, which a lot of people don't know how to be human. And authentic life somehow just goes along with that flow. And again, I'm going to use a Greek term here. An authentic human person understands and experiences and perceives the kairos. Okay, you've never heard it. It means the moment at hand, the hour, the season. It's sort of like, it's time to do this. It's time to stop that. That's when you're in the moment, because the moment, the reality that surrounds you is dictating that. And that's where activity begins and ends. It's the proper response to the moment. And what we do today is we try to make the moment, whatever that is, fit my desire or society's desire. We or I feel it should be this, come hell or high water. Well, you know, that's not a good response. If you have wonder, if you see this as sacred, then the ordinary, the mundane, not just here, anywhere, go to your backyard, go to your room, whatever, wherever you are, whatever environment you're in, if you realize that you're in it, part of it, with it, or it, then that sense of transcendence, something more than you, is a time for celebration. We tend not to do that. But it's the same thing when we have a cloudy day. It mutes the colors. If the sun was out, the colors would be brighter, there'd be shadows and stuff like that. Life should be like that. The cloud cover hides the sun. No shadows, muted colors. When the sun comes out, shadows, bright colors. The difference is this has not changed, but the environment, the sky, the sun, has changed it. Our response should not be the same to what it is now. It's wet, it's cloudy. It says respond to that. When the sun comes out, it says respond to that. That's the moment at hand. And it's to be intimate in that moment, wherever you are, whomever you're with, or even yourself. Be there. Be there. Be there.